Hello hardcore gamers and welcome back to my Lord of the Rings hardcore challenge with my brawler. It's been a long while since I last logged on and tried this out. I've recently been attempting to do a group duo hardcore with a good friend of mine. We're trying to play on the hardest difficulty. We've not succeeded at all, we've died a hell of a lot. So this is just my single player brawler, so you can see how far I can get playing solo. Rules are down in the description, playing it as a hardcore. So where did we get to last time? So last time we cleared out the quest from Moss Ward, which involved helping the town out, scouting Farbad and scouting this essentially southern road that comes across here. What we're going to do now, we're going to go and use the merchant, this vendor here.
What can I do for you?
He wants us to go to the Clegur, this next town. However, I'm more inclined to go to Clegur and pick up my crafting proficiencies. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go pick up my crafting proficiencies. It will require a bit of a run, so I use my noble steed called Tiny. Me and Tiny will make our way there. I'm not expecting much to happen on the way. Just while I'm running, just going to do a bit of housekeeping. So we've been playing a bit of duo with a friend of mine, and we have decided on my duo, that is, that it's probably. So we've attempted to do some of the hardest difficulty landscape. So we've had it on landscape Hero 9 plus 2. So, and while we've been trying to play on that, we've really struggled with the two of us. Even doing a good composition, we've done double Bjorns, we've done Captain and Rune Keeper. We're now next going to try Guardian and maybe Minstrel and Guardian or Bjorn. Because it's quite difficult as a duo on that section of difficulty. But we will persist, and we're going to try and get some more smashed through the next couple of days, and they should be uploaded on the channel within a few days as well. It's been a bit of a grind. Our first episode has been a huge failure. Over the course of 2 hours, we lost all the characters we made, just because of really, one of them was my own massive stupidity, and the other two were just unlucky, really. However, we will continue to fight through, and we intend to continue making those characters. So how's this character going? So the ball is really strong. The ball is really strong on solo content. Hoping that I can keep this brawler going, because I'd like to try some of the dungeons, even if it's on the harder difficulties. I want to try and get some dungeons under my belt, particularly Great Barrows. Might be able to solo Great Barrows itself. If I can get some good loot before I go in, I should be okay to solo. Might need to farm some virtues before I go. Farm some virtues down here, maybe get some loyalty maxed out, and some justice maxed out to the level I required. But Great Barrows would be quite good to get to. Look at this area. It's quite a nice map. Clegur is just over that swamp, just outside that hill, which I could actually speed through. Instead of following the path, I'll go straight over this mountain. Trying to avoid that level 9 skip. So I've got the decision to either go for those of you guys I want to try and avoid, like the plague. They do a lot of damage. They do quite chunk damage. So they don't hit very often, but when they do hit, it hits like a truck. Yeah, so while I'm making my way to this town, which has the crafting proficiencies, essentially need to decide what crafting proficiencies I want to go for. As I'm torn between armour crafting or weapon crafting. But I know that armor crafting would be good because I can continue to make my armor as I progress through the game. And armor tends to be slightly harder to come across, like good quality armor at the level as you go through the game. However, I know that weapons, being a brawler, I can only use battle points, so I know that weapons come relatively frequent, especially as you want to get a brawler. And as soon as I get to Moria with this character, I know that Moria will provide me a legendary gauntlets, which with that legendary gauntlets I'll be able to continue essentially through the entire game. So I'm probably more inclined to go for armor smithing. Weapon smithing will help me get all the way up to Moria. However, once I get to Moria, it'll just drop off and be relatively redundant. So yeah, I think I'll aim for a armor smith. And with armor smith, I can at least do two of the crafting proficiencies, that being prospecting and metalsmithing itself. This town has very loud music, so I'm going to turn this music down. I'm not a fan of this town's music. It's a bit deafening. It reminds me of the annoying music like the waypoints in Guild Wars 2. Really obnoxious.
We are all devoted in these lands.
Make sure I unlock the stable.
What have we
so
to
I
say
can
to
travel
each
back a
other,
lot quicker.
Devodiad?
You seem to be a person of great ability.
I won't be doing these quests. I'm just grabbing them so when I go and do my crafting proficiency, it makes life a lot easier. This lady here, VIP rewards. I won't be collecting this because this essentially just gives you bonuses for being a VIP. I won't be doing that on this character.
Won't you lend me your aid?
For those that are wondering, the actual bonuses you get being a VIP character from that woman is two vendors.
I have not
with two
seen your
items.
kind before.
One of them is a upgrades. Equip this. Go to skills. No, go to hobby. Then I can drag fish into my hotbar. Which I can net. There we go. Did I complete it? Did I get a fish from that? No, I don't think I did. So the two items the VIP vendor gives you is one of them is a vendor. Anywhere in the world you can use the vendor. Has certain stuff like the auction house, your bank, and just a merchant you can sell your items on. I won't be using that. And then the other item stops your items from taking durability damage as you're playing the game, as you die. However, I'm not planning on dying, so there's no point in me taking that one either. So I'm going to avoid the VIP vendor.
I hope these dark days will soon be
Obviously
behind
wishful
us.
thinking. And also I've got my Hobbit presents down there, which you get daily. I won't be taking those either. Because they do offer relatively decent rewards. Just put my battle points again. Master of Apprentices, introduction.
Hear me out, Devodiad, for I have a tale to tell. You're welcome here, as long as you don't trouble us.
Armor.
I have not seen your kind before.
Now trains you'll have another quest for me to do my introduction quests. These introduction quests just give you very basic. It's worth
As
doing.
long as the sun shines,
Because at the
you
end
are
of the
welcome
introduction
here.
quest, you have.
It is not our custom to trust Devodiad,
He'll
but
give you
perhaps you may be of help to
Why don't
me.
you do it for the
Hear me
story
out,
from Lost
Devodiad,
Ward?
for I have a tale to tell.
You also need to do it for getting your universal crafting pack. Universal crafting pack allows you to essentially make something without having all of the items for that. I will show it off in a second.
May the spirits
They
be
are
with
also
you.
account bound, but I will only be using the ones I unlock on this account.
May the spirits be with you.
But this quest will give me 2, but I'll only be using
Greetings.
1. I don't really want to be using stuff I already have on my other characters if I can help it. Saying that, I can't help it, so I won't be doing it. So now I've got all the 3 crates. I need to open the crates just down here, which are now on my quest bar. Now I've opened them all. Open the last one. Get rid of the guide. So now I can. First things first, I'm going to use the forge and do some prospecting. So I need to make a copper ingot. Make a copper ingot. That's the copper ingot made. For this one, I need to make a bronze helmet. I need a smith and hammer equipped. With the hammer. This. Also got this new tracking mine. Now I've done. I can talk to the metalsmith. Introduction to metalsmith.
Greetings!
And I'll be able to go to the workbench and equip my whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called. The needle and thread. And with that, I'll be able to craft the cloak, which it requires me to do in the quest. Cloak completed. Now wear the helmet. The helmet is a massive increase in armor. Because the initial one was 1 armor, and my cloak, massive increase again. Because my initial cloak was 1 armor. However, annoyingly, I will need to unequip these to finish the quest. So, talk to this person. Introduction.
Yes.
So now I can equip. The last one requires me to hand back the ingot, but I haven't used the ingot, so I can hand it back straight away. So that's the chief supplier. So
Greetings!
All the beginning quests for crafting. You learn one of these the way it stands at the moment, you learn one of these vocations. Vocations have 3 different crafting proficiencies in them. Whether it's so this one here, Explorer, has Tailor and Forester Prospector. It's quite good if you're just new to the game, you just want to collect resources. And resources sell for a lot of on the auction house.
Even the
normally
Ochlut have need of help on
some
occasion.
sort to-
You're welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
You normally need an alt to assist with some of the classes. So you'll see with my crafting proficiency in a minute, I'll need to refine some hide. To refine a hide, I'll need someone that has forestry. I believe it's forestry. So they can turn the hides into leather, like malleable leather. But this is the universal ingredients pack I was talking about. So it allows you to make anything. Using the ingredients rather than using the actual items you need to go and find. So I got 3 from that quest. So I'm going to go back up to this forge, equip my smith and hammer. I'll show you why in a second. Now I get to the forge. So now I can go to crafting tools. And using this universal ingredient pack, I'm only going to use 2. So I've got 1 universal ingredient pack left. I'm going to make just 1. We're doing this will make the items soul bound to you, so you won't be able to trade it anymore. So you're making for a friend, it's bound to you instantly. There you go. So now I've equipped it. That now counts as all 3 of my tools, so I never need to change it, which is really useful. It's the main reason why I'm happy to use my universal on it, because I don't have the copper. It will take a little bit longer for me to get all the copper or bronze bars, I should say. So I'm happy. And then once I get to a high enough level, I can then get the upgraded version, which I will be getting the upgraded version because it just makes, I think, gives you a high crit chance. Now I can just get rid of these basic tools, but now I don't need them. As I clear this area, I now intend to go to that town at the bottom of the map, Clegur. Clegur. So I intend to go to that town. I've got all the quests for this area for the time being. Do I have any of these I can hand in as a trophy? So this is one of the trophy collectors. So I have torn furs and small wings. Torn furs. Yes. And I've also got small wings. Yes. So I've got 10 of them here. 10 of each. I've got 12 and 11. And 1 in. And the second one. Then you get a deed. These deeds, if you do 100 tasks, so essentially you do all the tasks for 20 days, you'll get this task completed. You get a title and it increases your daily task limit. So at the moment, your daily task limit, as you start the game off, starts off at 5. So the only way to increase them is by doing more tasks, or you can buy a reset, which is a daily reset.
We have little to say to your kind.
So I'm going to use a swift travel. It costs a bit of silver, but just to speed this up, I'm going to use a swift travel to the new town I need to go to. Normally, you do not have the ability to swift travel or even normal travel to towns you haven't been to, unless it's part of a story of some sort. So it's part of my prologue, it's telling me to go there, so therefore I automatically unlock it. Sometimes it will let you automatically unlock it, sometimes you won't. This is the one of the ones where it will automatically unlock it. So I'm going to get into the town, dismount here, because I want to use this milestone so I can teleport back quicker. So now my milestone skill down here has now changed. Return to Clegur. Oh nice, the guys made it always to level 140 on Fearless. I don't know what that noise was. I just walked down here to hand in this quest.
A floating village, you say? Well, I did say that to Mal last we spoke, I suppose.
Essentially, I'm just grabbing
Hello there.
all the quests.
Don't mind me. I've only lost the best of
It's normally what I spend the first 10 minutes doing in each town, or 5 minutes doing in each town. Just grab all the quests. I know where all the quests are anyway, because I've done this zone a lot.
How do you do?
Characters. And you grab this weekly meat orders. Or that guy in there's the butcher for town. This lady would want me to go and find some kids.
If you're coming round looking for food, I haven't any for you.
She's apparently, for some reason, she's got something to do with kids in her mind. I don't question the logic of some encounters. I forgot to pick up that meat order just there, so I'm going to go back up and grab it in a second. Tell this child to go eat dinner.
Might you aid me?
This lady, Lil, needs to go eat dinner as well. God, she's meant to be a child, but she looks like a full... I'm not going to question
Oh,
that
there.
child's age. I'm not going to get them to get that ID out or anything. Okay, weekly orders done. Go jump on my steed and grab the other weekly orders I missed. Every now and then it's saying, oh, it's a load of bees. Oh, I was wondering why it was making that horrendous noise. I thought it sounded like someone farting down the mic. But no, there's a load of bees. Why Nicolas Cage is here. Not the bees. I've actually never seen that film. Burning Man? Something like that? Wicker Man. Burning Man, something completely different.
Might I have a word with you?
So I'll grab all these quests and I'll
That is
just
an
explain
interesting
all the quests
artifact you carry. It must have quite a story, I imagine. Welcome to Clegur, finest of the villages to be found in the Stour Vales. The mayor must be told of this.
Another passport there, so I can hand in things in there. Sorry, just to do a quick math check. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I need 12 bronze ingots. Takes 2 copper ores to make 2 of those. But that makes 2 of those, so I essentially need 12 ores
What's that?
to make
Goblins
a full
and orcs?
set. Big way of checking that, because I will need a full set of bronze armor before I can attempt one of these quests. And that's probably not in the hardcore kind of mindset, however, kind of grinding to get better armor. However, there is just a river Avac, which will just absolutely trounce me. I won't have a chance to kill him. He'll just do too much damage to me.
Oh, hello there.
So I'd intend to do the round for quests and try and end up with some ores, some copper ores as I go along.
Aye?
There's no child just down on the other side of this hill. There is a just down there. Yeah. This is the quest I want. Drodwen. Interestingly.
Hello there. You look like the adventurous sort.
Drodwen, she just wants me to search all these waterfalls in the area. It's a bit of an annoying quest. You don't really have a fast way to swim in this game. So as soon as you go in the water, you get dismounted. So, and then it's just a bit of a slow one. So all I have to do is come to this waterfall here and go to that waterfall over there. Gone to those two waterfalls over there. Now I'm just running to this waterfall down here, which is just awfully loud. I'm inspecting this bridge. So I made it back to the shore. You can see over there, that's the waterfall I just came from. Those are the two waterfalls just behind there, original ones I went for. If I inspect this muddy paw print, that's when the AVAC will appear out of the water. I cannot fight him, so I'll do that quest next, once I get full set. Much I'd like to give it a go. Like the warg earlier, I fought that a couple levels early. This is guaranteed to kill me, so I'm not even going to attempt. I know it's a bit of a letdown, however. I kind of want to focus on the account. These necker breakers. I've always wondered what these necker beakers are, but I didn't actually wonder that much to figure it out. Are they like big bugs?
How do you do?
And, you know, the only good bug is a dead bug. It's the only way to get your citizenship, at least. So I want to turn down combat sounds a little bit. Those were a bit loud. Here we go, some copper deposits. I was going to need 12. If I get 12, now I can go back to that town I came from, because I don't believe there's a forge in this town. Well, there might be. Could be mistaken. I've got 2. So what I tend to do is, while I'm keeping an eye on what I've got, I'll put them down in my toolbar. So I'll just keep a good eye on it, instead of having to open up my inventory. So, I didn't cover what the quests are. So this town offers you a number of quests. A couple of quests require you to go essentially find a load of children that haven't gone home for dinner. Another quest is just to check the state of all the waterfalls, to make sure nothing's gone missing down them. Another quest to help find Geralt's lost boot, find it a true home. Apparently it's not Geralt's boot at all. This quest is to find fresh meat, or choice cuts of meat for the butcher. Then there's a quest to go up here. There's 3 quests up here. 2 from this town, 1 from the next town. To go up there and essentially eradicate the bandit problem. Take out some bandits, and then once the bandits are gone, free some hobbits that have been captured. Obviously, capturing hobbits is quite a bad pastime. So you just go up there and free them. The story for this quest, for this little hub, is you essentially want to find out why the Urukai have ventured this far, and what they are doing here, and why they're here. So now I've got the meat, so the main story, you grab the meat from the village to assist the village, and then once you've assisted the village, you'll investigate why the Urukai are here, and then the story will go on from there. I'm Still just looking for 7 more copper. But as I'm waiting for copper, I may as well go around and get some experience from removing the wildlife in this area. It's a healing circle. I'm trying to avoid that. There we go. That's the ball neutralised. So keep looking on this on the mini map in the top right for a blue triangle which will appear. That will just point in the direction of the see that this is just a north. We had healing circle. So I will get a purge skill soon, which will help me purge their corruption, which is their buffs they get. I'll be able to get that. I think it's like level 12. So that will essentially make the AoE circles slightly more bearable. So now I just need 5 more copper ores. So I'm essentially going to venture back round towards the west and back to the city. So that is now level 9. Didn't get a new skill, however, I've got more skill points. So I intend to give myself some more chance to generate bonus metal. When I start getting some more damage and skills, I can cycle through those metal spenders. Keep forgetting I've got my torch. Just make the slows attack slightly slower. So how much more copper do I need after this one? So I'm currently on 5 remaining. Now I need 4 more. So I've just done a loop around these kind of mountainous areas, and that is now me at 13 copper ores. So essentially I'm just going to run to the town, hand in the quest that I've started. Once I've handed it, move to that. I'll move to the town and go to the forge. I believe this town has a forge somewhere, if you can find it. And I'll forge myself a 4 set of armor. The meat handed to the butcher.
These cuts are choice indeed. Hello, hello.
Now I've handed it to him. He wants me to speak to the mayor. Stranger wants me to go help a couple of villages,
you that the folk in
which is fine by me.
will often
However,
put you to work.
that he may have to wait because I've got some armor to make. That is my priority.
A fine job you did!
She's happy that I've returned the children to her. Seems a bit of a strange request for me to return children to someone, but hey, it's now been done. Hear the loud bees. I'm going to talk to the mayor. It's just up here. The mayor. Now I'm going to talk to the butcher again. I believe there's a forge just up there. I'll check in a second. If not, I'll just use a fast travel to get back to that previous town. The Clegur, whatever it's called.
Hello, hello.
That's that quest now completed. Got some fresh food, which I can now. However, I'm not doing particularly difficult content. I won't be eating the food, so I really need to. I believe that I need to head back to Mosswood. Oh, there is a supplier. Yeah, I didn't think there was a supplier here. It's for you to make certain items. You need to
there?
go to a supplier to pick up extra addition. So to make bronze, you need copper and tin, which would make sense, but you can't mine for tin, you have to buy tin. So for here, I just want to buy probably only around 40. Okay, I can't afford 40. It's probably only around 20 will do for now. Now I bought 22. Should be able to I can find a forge, smelter. I might be wrong, there might not be a forge here. Ignore me denoted by these balls on the map. I'll just head back to Swanfleet, the first town, Mossward I should say. It's the first town, this region called Swanfleet. I'll head back to Mossward and I'll smell my stuff. It's not too much of a big deal.
How do you do?
Swift travel costs a lot, so I'll just use regular travel. I'll be back in a second. And here we are. We are now back in Mossward. Here is essentially the craft area which I always use. Just press T to open up for the copper ingots. I'm going to make 6 copper ingots. It does take a while to make them, annoyingly, but hey, it's easy experience as well, because I get a fair bit of experience per craft. So it's 30 experience. I'm not going to level up from this, but I don't really need to. I just want the armor, the outcome. Yeah, it's 5 or 6. 6 or 6. That's now complete, so I can now make 7 copper ingots. When I get myself a better crafting weapons, crafting items, this does speed this process up. When you get your proficiency up, so when you get, so you've got 2 bars of proficiency. First one essentially it doesn't allow you to critical, so this every craft has a chance to critical, get a critical chance. Your base proficiency will not allow you to do that. You gain experience via crafting things. It will just tell you here how much you'll get per craft. Once you can start to critical, so down here you can see these items down here which I can critical. You can't read what the item is, but it's normally the one up. So these are yellow, down here purple. I'm going to make myself a full set of dwarf made armor. You can set you out, set what you want them to look like up here. I'm going to make myself just a full set of one. Fastest ways to craft, but it works. And then if I was playing as a guardian of some sort, which I think I'll be playing a guardian on my Geo account, I can also make my shields via this as well. So you make shields just have any normal shields, bucklers that are standard. You can also unlock the heavy shields which you use as a guardian, which you can use as a guardian. So I've already got bronze helm, so I'm not going to make a bronze helm. Did I make gloves? I got gloves, yes. Okay, I already made a bronze helm, never mind. Leggings made, now I've just got to make the shoulder guards, that's a full set made. See how much experience I've got towards my proficiency. Only 50 out of 200. A quick way of getting your proficiency up is using this processing. You turn bronze ingots into shavings, and you then turn these shavings back into bronze ingots. It's a really quick way to get your proficiency up. However, you do need a few bronze ingots to start that. Move my bronze ingots down. So let's put all my armour on. Freshly made armour. I've changed my helmet because now I've got a dwarven made helmet. Same stats, just not dwarven. There I am. That is steely. I look cool. So now I look absolutely dapper. I can't teleport back using my home
Hello
telephone.
there.
So I'll just use my normal travel to Clegur, and I'll see you when you get there. That's now us back in the town. Did miss that there was a quest here for me to hand in Mossward. However, not the end of the world. We're going to go back there anyway. It's just for me to give Geralt a boot back. So I'll go down here. I'll take out this very angry river monster. Once the river monster's been dispatched, I'll be able to hand in the quest. And then we'll head towards this bandit outpost up here, and we'll go free some hobbits. Because nobody likes a hobbit in the cage. Unless you're into that type of thing. And if you are, that's a bit weird. So these are the muddy paw prints I mentioned earlier. Over to the furthest one. I click it, I'll interact. As I'm interacting, he'll appear. Arrow munching. Aaron. So I'm going to use both my buttons. So I have nowhere of stopping. So that was relatively quick. So you used all of my buffs I had, just to make sure I pumped out as much damage as possible. Didn't really get a chance to attack me. Kind of what I wanted to go for. I'd rather overkill him and underkill him, and he takes it down. The biggest worry is that there'll be a Eye of Sauron on him, and it buffs him, and then I get taken out. That would have been the biggest worry. However, he was down. Probably a little bit easier than I expected. I was worried because I did lose 2 hardcores to that one mob. One was a Runekeeper, which understandably, as soon as he got close to Runekeeper, the Runekeeper melted. And the other was a captain who wasn't geared at all, and I just couldn't handle it.
Hello,
Couldn't handle the heat of the kitchen. So I should have got out. So got the arrow off that monster. She doesn't want it at the moment. It's a bit dirty, which I don't blame. I did get the arrow out of the insides of a monster. So I'm going to rinse off the arrow and hand it back to her. See how she feels now. Sure, she's going to be ecstatic that I've got an arrow back for her. She's not happy about it, but it's typical ladies. Let's see what she says.
Oh, my
she's happy now.
poor
Okay.
arrow.
I don't know how someone could be so attached to an arrow. Okay. So I'm now going to head north to this little camp here. Just to really try to take out some bandits and help out these hobbits. So we're almost there at the bandit camp. I've been doing a bit of mining on the way. Kind of going out my way to make sure I get as much ore as I can. Just because it makes sense to level up our proficiencies. What I was saying earlier, where you kind of need an ult to do certain things, is for this tailoring. All this tailoring, I need brush light hides, brush light levers, I should say. I can't get brush light levers unless I have a forester. So unless I use an ult, or if I was playing this game with a duo, they could do forestry and I can do armor smiths who can do both. But as I'm not playing a duo, I'm just playing on my own. I won't be able to get the full armor proficiency to master. I'll only be able to get prospective metalsmith. But I will still get prospective metalsmith to max level as I go along. You also unlock these, which are certain items which increase your crit chance. For armor smith, it's the crude brimstone. For weaponsmith, it's these crude whetstones. This just increases your flat chance to get a critical if you use it in the recipe, which I'll be shown later on. Let's clear out the stuff, clear out these The bonus of clearing this place out as well is that this is actually it's actually one of my Slayer deeds. So while I clear leads out, I'll be increasing the amount of Slayer kills I need. So currently I need, I'll get close to this one. So again, so currently I need another 28 to finish my first part of the Slayer Dude. Some maps are in 2 sets, so you need to do 2 sets of Slayer Dude. Some you need to do 3. I believe this is just a 2-set Slayer Dude. Right, there's some more rich copper. You can see there's a lot of yellow helped or yellow named enemies, so they're all roughly a little bit the higher level than me. I should be okay. Use my buffs as soon as I can. So now I've got a new skill, which is AoE. So now unlock a thing called commendations, which are you get them from leveling up. You can use them in monster play and normal gameplay to essentially buy buffs. I'll show you here. No, wrong button. So I'll show you here on perks in your wallet. Here you can buy different buffs using your Destiny points. These some are minor, some are quite major. I'll once again avoid using this at least until I get to max level. But if I can help, I'll avoid it completely. It is useful if you're leveling. You can buy HP. Say again, you can buy XP boosters. So you can, essentially the blue bars you can get from time to time for being AFK in certain areas or away from the game. You can get all those from the Destiny vendor. There's just proof I've got to level 10 without dying so far. Those proofs of me not dying will stop when I get to level 20. Get some more vitality, that sounds nice. So this is it's a loud noise, I don't actually know what that was. He's pretty cool. Champion using a 2-hand weapon though. Not a fan. Nobody's perfect. Now I have 2 metal spenders. This black backhand clout is a metal spender. It can damage up to 3 enemies. I believe you can spec into it on your red tree to let it do a potential ground knockdown, which just also means that they get CC'd a little bit, crowd controlled a little bit, and obviously more crowd control the better. Continue to clear out this bandit camp. I have no interrupt, so I'm just aware of that attack. But I managed to kill him before he managed to use his arrow. That's what I get from that chest. So when you're doing skilling as well, you have a chance to get these, I say again, when you're doing crafting, you have a chance to get these scroll cases. They will give you a better recipe. So these heavy bronze leggings, so if I compare it to my current legs are for level 9. So it's 385 armor with 513 for level 12. So this is dramatically better than ones I already have. You just normally require more ingots or whatever crafting item you're making it out of. It tends to require a few more. Later on in the game you may require stuff like slivers or shards of gems, but you normally get those from killing stronger monsters, and you also have a chance to get them from mining nodes or putting them from whatever resource gathering you're doing. So if you're a miner, you get them from mining nodes. If you're a woodcutter, you get them from job nodes. But the actual loot, only so scroll cases, they normally only drop from mobs. Low chance to drop from mobs, but they can drop from mobs. Or they drop from chests in your open world. Let's go clear the rest of these. So like here, my way through this, I should get the level 1 Brigand Slayer. That should be, because I only need 7 more. Looking at clearing the rest of this. definitely be killing more than 7. So doing that should allow me to unlock my first virtue. I believe Brigade Slayer gives you a virtue experience. I'll be able to show you how to slot virtues. Okay, let that guy out. Use my buffs here. Okay, it weren't too difficult. There you go. So, here we go. I've completed some of these. So, with the class deeds, you normally have a limit of how many you can do per day. On brawlers, that doesn't exist. So you can get as many of these done in a day. So this use skill Mighty Upheaval, I can to finish this deed I need to do it 100 times. There is no limit of how many times I can do it in one day. So if I wanted to, I could sit there and do it all 100 times. And I just wore that Jesus being something I wasn't going to buy. Get a bit confident. There we go, so that's Brigade Slayer complete. So if I have a look, I've now got a Brigade Slayer Advanced. So that didn't give me any Lord of the Rings points or any virtue experience. However, it's to unlock the second stage, which is 60. So I'll be here for a little bit longer. I'm not going to get all 60 today, or at least in this camp, because I will find brigades elsewhere. But it's a good start. So what did that? So that chest gave me another metalsmith case, and it gave me some heavy boots, some stronger boots, which is good. It also gave me some barrow iron, which is the next essentially ingot slash ore you can pick up for metalsmithing and mining. So you go copper, then you go silver, and barrow iron, you go rich iron with gold, and then you go to something else which I cannot remember. I've only really done the first starting zones a few times. Stand by. Alright. So I just quickly cleared that small camp there, killed 2 brigades, and then I freed the hobbit. So that watch guy that just walked past, he is a signature mob. He just takes a little more damage. I'm going to take him out now, just to prove. I will use a buff though, both buff. Do this thing, so I need to take him out quickly. Then I will might DPS out. There we go. For that last little tower fight, I got 2 new items that I could use. Really, I've got this case which allows me to have 2 more tailor items, ingredients which I'll use, which are both the same ingredient, fine recipe I should say. Here I've got a new necklace, which I'll instantly equip the necklace. I don't have a necklace. I've got new battle gauntlets. These are huge to my account actually. They've added more might, more vitality, more damage, a lot more damage, so I'm going to equip them straight away. It tends to be a bit quite rare to actually find new weapons for a brawler. Although you're more likely to get them from quests, you're less likely to get them from drops, because you can only use that one weapon type, whereas most other classes can use 2 or 3 weapons. Let's say a captain or a champion can use more than every melee weapon. Which that's a huge spectrum of drops that you can potentially get. Yeah, the rest of this town. Just have to be careful not to pull too many. Now I've got my metal extender. Watch Captain's going to attack me. Fine. I'm just there to press Control S. Control S is the in-game shop. I'll say out-game shop. It'll open the link to the external browser, which will load out of the game. Let's free this last hobbit. So that is now essentially the camp cleared. I am now 40 brigands short. Well, when I kill these, I'll be 39 brigands short from my next Slayer tree. My Slayer dude. I'm not a man to leave a job half done, so I'll just get these two out. I'll be 39 away. Now I'll start making my way back to town. Let's look at this. So these are just the skills. I'm not too fussed as there's not a daily cap on it, and I don't get the class deeds different tiers. You don't really get the same many rewards anymore. I'm not too fussed about doing those deeds. You used to have to do those deeds to unlock class traits or particular titles or rewards that you can only get from the deeds. There were a few things, but there weren't many. But it used to make it quite engaging, so you had to do the content, you had to learn your class. Now it's just almost obsolete, in my opinion. You might get a few LOTRO points, but if you're a VIP member, LOTRO points don't really mean very much. You get 400 LOTRO points a month, give or take. And then if you play the game, you're going to get LOTRO points over time, so that's 5 LOTRO points right there I've just got. So it's not too difficult to get LOTRO points. Each map completion should give you about 45, maybe 60. And the lower ends, the higher end will just obviously escalate and give you more as you progress. Just looking through here. So it looks like Brash Invitation is going to be my main opener. It's free metal, so I can then use Brash Invitation, then I'll be able to use any finisher almost instantly, which will speed up combat significantly. And now I'm going to change my portrait actually to a Mordor. I think that's for buying the collector's edition of Mordor, the expansion. I think it's the last collector's edition I bought for this game. I didn't buy before the Shadows collector's edition from my memory. So I've been on and off this game for years. I had huge performance issues every time I've come back to this game, and this is the first time I've been able to physically go through my settings and go through my hardware and software and see where the incompatibilities have been. And I've realised that one, this game is, for its age, is actually not too badly optimised compared to some games. And you do get server lag. You'll see it every now and then. I believe there was a clip earlier when I was crafting, and I clicked craft and it took about 3 seconds for the craft to start. That's just generic server lag. We do get it quite a lot in this game. Server lag, it's about 2 to 4 seconds, just pauses. But the servers are old, the game is old. The big issues I had was stuttering. The game would just randomly stutter. So I'll be playing, and let's say every about 40 seconds, the game will stutter, and it will just pause for 2 or 3 seconds, then carry on, pause, carry on. I tried everything to try and fix it, and the ended up that on the background of the laptop I used to record on, in the background, my gaming laptop, there is a application that's continually refreshing, and it's essentially continually refreshing my connection of my mouse or my keyboard. Okay, I couldn't really tell what it was that was refreshing. It's just continually refreshing over and over. Each time it refreshed, about every 40 seconds, it would stutter the game. So not sure why it would do that, but that was what was causing the stuttering. So I physically had to load up a previous version of Windows. Before I had the stuttering issue because its stuttering disappeared out of nowhere. So I had to load up a previous version of my Windows which I had on my laptop to remove the stuttering completely. And it worked. There was a really long convoluted way of going through all my settings and turning things off one after another and then rebooting my the system to see whether that would fix it, to see if I can pinpoint what was causing the issue, what application was causing the refresh. However, that would have taken too long and I didn't have the patience. So I just did the easier job of just going back to the previous
What do you
version of
need?
Windows. So
Hello.
I've now freed all the hobbits. Now eradicated a good number of bandits. Just gonna go up here, talk to this Mr. Merchant, and then I believe the next place
What
for
do
me
you
to
need?
go. So that's my level. So that's now a level 11. So what is this skill? Joy of battle. For a short duration, any strikes you make will heal the brawler for a small portion of their health. Using Joy of Battle skill will trigger a cooldown for both Joy of Battle skills. Okay. And every harmful skill restores 3% morale. Expires if out of combat for 9 seconds. That's quite a good skill, actually. Go for that. So I'd use that just before I start doing big damage. Costs 3 metal. That would be quite a good skill. So, my next port of call would be to go back to Moss Ward, just because I want to quickly clear out my inventory
A lovely day, isn't it?
with tasks. So I've got a load more items now. It's got a new necklace which I can't use. I've finally got an earring. We're going to go back to Moss Ward.
How do
just
you do?
because I have a few things to hand in there. Catch you in a second. Now this is me back in Mosswood. I'm going to talk to Wenna.
What is this?
Asked me to talk to Geralt.
Oh,
This is about
What
their
a
boot.
beautiful gift!
I don't really know what the story is, really, to be quite honest. Oh, okay, I'm physically returning his boot back to it. Right. Silly witches, always losing their boots and stuff.
How did it go? Did you manage to get rid of that boot?
So I've got the earring off him, which is good. So I've now got double earrings. It's fashionable. So I'm going to change.
Welcome,
this
friend.
Supplier. And repair my gear. It's quite expensive to repair. I'm just going to sell a lot of the junk. So keep an eye out for any items which are task items. We go through, unlocking down all the items which I potentially could use. Dirty scales, hold on to you. So I find that there's a lot of junk you can actually get rid of in this game. And obviously it will give you a relatively good cash stack. So I'm already on 66 silver, which isn't much, but I am only level 11. So it's a good headway into kind of the game. If I was able to use the auction house, I'd be able to actually buy some gear, or if I was able to trade, I'd be able to buy some gear off other players. This auction house tends to kind of rip people off. You actually manage to get into a kinship, which is essentially the guilds in this game. They tend to do things like mates rates, and you tend to have quite a good experience in the kins, because most people in this game are really friendly. Compared to other kind of MMO environments and MMO communities, the Lord of the Rings community is very friendly. Right there, I found. If you ever need anything, people would literally drop anything they've got just to help you. So now I've bought a load of, and I've sold all my stuff. I can now buy some more pieces of tin. So if you hold down Alt, you can buy quantity. I don't want 500 tin. I only want. So I only want 50. It's not expensive anymore. So I can now afford 50. The reason why I bought 50 is just to cover all my bases. Worst case scenario, once I've done with the low-level apprentice crafting, and I've mastered low-level apprentice crafting, I can just sell the spare tin ingots. Oh yeah, what's going on there? Oh, okay, that guy's attacking the bloody dummy. Sounds like there's like a cannon being fired. Scared the life out of me. So I'll jump back into once I've finished crafting. Right, so that's my crafting grind complete. So managed to get my unlocked journeyman. Most quarter of the way towards my mastery of apprentice. The metalsmith, and did a bit of processing. I managed to make myself a new set of heavy level 10 boots and legs. And then also, as you get the first mastery of your skill, you unlock the chance of critical strike. I tried a critical strike with boots and legs. Only managed to get the boots there. It's a lot better. And the legs I couldn't critical the legs, so I ended up critical in the chest armor, which is just the one here. So that's my chest increasing by a lot. That's my boots with a massive increase, and then that's my legs with a massive increase. So I should be relatively strong. Before I move on, I will go back because I've got a few of these task items. I've got 3 more to do today, so I'll hand these 3 in for the day. You see my battle gauntlets looking slightly different now as well. Just from the ones I picked up, it just has got a cool little kind of like a barrier kind of shield to it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so let's hand these in. So I've got broken daggers. That's one I can do. The other one I can do is broken sword sheaths. Hand these 2 in. Sword sheaths, daggers. And I can redo. So I can redo broken daggers. Click here, redo. That is my daily limit tasks complete, which is 5 up here. I will be keeping these. I'm likely to spend another day in Swanfleet and Cardalum, which is the next map I'm moving to. I'd like to spend another day in this area, so I'll keep hold of those just for the next set of tasks. So that will be it for today. Thank you much if you watched all the way through. I really do appreciate it. If you could like the video, comment down below, subscribe to my channel would be great. I do have a Discord which I share with my fiance's channel, which is Couple of Gamers, which is also in the description. If you want to join our community, that would be awesome. But yeah, we're happy to talk, happy to discuss things. We're quite open people. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Peace out.